Every year on December 12th at exactly 9:15 p.m., an eerie and kinda creepy tune plays all across my street. The tune is something taken from a Christmas song, or so some of my neighbors have theorized, as they have been absolutely obsessed with the tune for the past 20 years. It first played in 1998, the year I was born, and every year on December 12th at 9:15, the tune plays again. It lasts 1 minute till 9:16, and then it stops. Mrs. McDermott, one of our old neighbors, used to say that she was playing the tune. She was a big Christmas fan, and she always had a lot of decorations outside her house for Christmas. She said once my neighbors complained about the tune, that it was her, but then she died, and the tune still played on, every year. So my neighbors started to wonder if she had been telling the truth or not. It wasn't much of a big deal, but my neighbors would make out it to be. Every year on December 1st, they would get together and plan how they were going to track and record the tune. You see, the creepy thing is that no one has managed to record footage of the tune. My neighbors have had competitions. Who can walk up the street and find it the fastest? No one has been successful. Mr. Cassidy, one of our neighbors, claims he plays the tune, but everyone knows he's just crazy and wanting attention. I know this story isn't very creepy, but there's something I haven't told you. I once heard the tune right next to me one December 12th. I think it was 2011. I heard the tune, and thinking I could get a video and win the competition, I raced after the noise and came to Mrs. McDermott's house. Mrs. McDermott was dead, so that made no sense. But I heard the tune coming from her house. I looked at my watch, and it was 9:17, 1 minute after the tune usually stops playing. I turned to Mrs. McDermott's house and heard the tune even louder, and then I saw the most horrifying thing anyone can ever see. I looked inside Mrs. McDermott's window and saw her dead body clutched over in a defense position, and her eyes were wide open and her mouth was open. She had obviously been trying to protect herself before she died, which may have meant she was murdered. But no one knew how she died. None of my neighbors were told, even though they were close to Mrs. McDermott. I saw next to her body some sort of recorder that was playing the tune. I was never told what happened to Mrs. McDermott, and I didn't tell anyone about the recorder, which means it is still in her house to this day. The next day, 7 police cars showed up outside her house, and an ambulance later followed, I think taking her body away, and that was the last thing I heard. I never told my parents what I saw. I thought I would scare them, but still, every year on December 12th, that creepy tune plays, and knowing what I saw in Mrs. McDermott's house, it scared me even more. I'm just not ready to go back to the house and get the recorder, even though I'd be a hero. It would just be too much for me to relive that.